In this video, I'm going to be discussing being chronically online in the modern age. And I think this topic has been, oversaturated to absolute death. It's it's a very easy topic to talk about because I think it's kind of become a universal problem, that everybody just has to deal with now. Which is not great, but that's kind of the reality of the situation. But I saw this video called "The Chronically Online Will Become a New Underclass" by this person named Magic. And I thought it was a really interesting video. I thought it offered a new perspective in that I had never thought of the digital environment as like an actual environment, even though I'm using that wording. I had never thought of it as like a physical space, a space that someone could go to in that sense. And I think that's a really interesting idea, and I wanted to offer my 2 cents on that, not to rehash their video, but kind of to give my own insight, as someone who grew up in the digital age, because I'm 19 right now. And I've had internet access for a very long time. My parents tried to overlook what I was watching, but I was a smart kid, So I was a very chronically online kid, so much so that I needed to see things that I probably should not have seen, especially considering that COVID happened when I hit puberty, like right as I hit puberty, when I think I was 13 in 2020 when COVID hit. And so obviously I just kind of retreated to the internet because I had nothing else. My friends were at home, and I had no access to school. And school was like 5 minutes because they obviously had not prepared that. So I was just kind of left to my own devices, literally. But I want to start going through this video. So this video mentions a few pollutants that have kind of been ruining the internet in a way. And I want to discuss my thoughts on those pollutants. And the first one is echo chambers. I think echo chambers are seriously becoming a problem. Everybody just wants to hear their own voice, but through someone else. They don't want to hear these new perspectives because new perspectives are scary. If you think about it, right, the human body, it's intrinsic to the human body. We want to defend ourselves against things that are unknown. That is the very nature of being human. Like, why do you think we sneeze? Why do we have an immune system? It's to fend off against these things that could potentially be threats to us. It's the body determining what is us versus what is not us. And the internet has naturally done that because the internet is a reflection of humanity. The internet has simply created a bunch of echo chambers and cliques that people can go to because that's where they're going to spend the most time, or they're seeing the inverse of their clique, and it's rage bait. It's rage bait. They're getting pissed off because they don't want to see this because it is the complete inverse of their opinion. So obviously they're going to get pissed off and write a comment, and it results in more engagement, and the cycle continues. And the second thing is anxiety. Yes, the internet has definitely caused a lot of anxiety for a lot of people. I know a lot of people that I don't think attribute their anxiety to their internet usage, but I can definitely say that it's definitely a factor in there. I can't imagine why it wouldn't be. If you're surrounded by things that are trying to grab your attention constantly, you're not going to have any attention for anything else. And you're going to be anxious all the time because nothing can fulfill that level of dopamine that you can get from the internet. Nothing can fulfill that because your dopamine and your whatever it's called, what's the other one? Oxycontin, whatever. The receptors are not used to such little stimuli that you get from just having like a conversation or something. That combined with the amount of rage bait that is on the internet because it gets clicks, you getting angry will get clicks. It's very easy for you getting angry to get clicks, which results in the next point, overconsumption. People have insane amounts of screen time. I'm not happy about my screen time today because I had literally nothing to do. So I was just on my computer all day. I think I went out twice. There's nothing really in my area, so I can be forgiven. I usually go on very long walks, but today was bad. But yeah, people overconsume, and it's gotten to the point where I don't think I know a single person in my life who hasn't just abruptly opened TikTok or Instagram. Instagram is the real issue. It's Instagram that I have a serious gripe with. They just open Instagram while they're at dinner or like they're talking to me or something, and that's what they're doing. That they don't engage in the conversation. They're just on Instagram. And I'm thinking, why are you here? You can do this in your bedroom, and it would probably be a lot easier to do it in your bedroom, because you don't have me pressuring you to put the phone down because you're in a public space. Let's not be children. And then that just leads to addiction, because it's so easy to get caught up in all these. It's so much easier to watch a video than read a book. And I know it's like, oh, whatever the meme is with the people lining up for for books and for, I think it was Boob, the other one was. But like, it's insane. It's insane how addicted these people have become, that they need it while they're with other people. Like, you do not need to be scrolling while you're having a conversation with people. And I think I want to move into emotional labor, but I also want to move into labor in general. It requires a lot of you, because that's how it works. The systems in place work by farming your attention and farming your input, because there's this whole ecosystem built online that you are now a part of, whether you like it or not. Like, you can get off social media, but you will be missing out on things, not real things, but things that you will hear in conversation when you're with people. They will bring it up and say, why haven't you heard about this? And you'll say, because I don't want to give my life away to not Bill Gates, Mark Zuckerberg, Meta. I don't want to give my life away to him. I don't want to do that. What? But we're feeding into this because it's such an easy source of revenue. And more than that, it's like gambling. It really is like gambling in the way it messes with your neural pathways. People want to feel heard, and they want to feel like they have a community around them, even when they don't have that community literally around them. And they start to neglect the real community because it's so much more gratifying in a short-term sense to give your attention and to give your input to a device, to a social media. It's so much easier to do that than to foster a community around you. That requires you going outside, requires you getting out of bed. Those are hard things in the modern age for most people for some reason. But yeah, because we're the ones who are creating this content. The people that are making the AI slop, yeah, like Sora facilitates that, but you're the one who's doing that. Like, you are causing this problem as well, because you've been sucked into this thing and you realize it, and you're not going to do anything about it. Now, I wouldn't blame the victim in this sense, because you're a victim, and obviously that's not your fault. You're getting preyed on by a predatory system, but you then realize it and you do absolutely nothing to counteract that. You still are so addicted. You're in this lifestyle that you feel necessitates you checking your phone, but it doesn't. You can put the phone down. There are ways to fix it. There are ways to fix it, but I feel like people just won't do that. You just put the phone down. You take tangible steps, but people are so afraid to take these tangible steps to fix their chronically onlineness that they just keep being more chronically online. They get sucked in even more, and it's going to keep getting worse and worse. See, I used to be someone that was chronically online. I used to be made fun of for being chronically online in middle school. I used to know all the memes. I used to know everything. I was super up to date on everything 2019-ish. 2018, 2019 was when I was super chronically online. And I got made fun of for it because it was stupid. It was stupid, and it was a waste of time. And it made it so that I did not prioritize the real relationships in my life. And I regret that greatly. I think COVID partially stunted me, but being chronically online definitely stunted me as well. I feel like I could have made so many more connections with so many more people had I not been so chronically online. But now it's flipped, and people aren't trying. They've fallen into the same trap that I did when I was young, and they're not going to do anything about it. And that's sad, because I don't want to live in a society where people are just okay with sitting on their ass all day, and they justify it with I don't even know how they justify it. They just do. I don't know. I don't want to live in that reality. So I'm going to do my best to not do that. And I implore you to do the same.